And that is where we find Ohio State coach Luke Fickell. We know that your Buckeye roots run deep, Luke, from being a Columbus native. You played at Ohio State. You were an assistant there. But what was it like running out of the tunnel last week for the first time as the head coach?
Well, it was an amazing feeling. But, you know, as a coach, you try not to let yourself get focused on the atmosphere or those different emotions. You're kind of focused in on what you got to do and, you know, continue to focus on the game and try to let those other things take care of themselves.
You played two quarterbacks, Joe Bauserman and Braxton Miller. Both looked good. How do you plan to use them going forward?
Well, we want to continue with the game plan, you know, to make sure that both those guys are getting reps for people to prepare for, but also for those guys to know we got confidence in both of them. We're going to need them throughout the year. We're going to try and get this team to gel and this offense to gel around whatever can make us successful. And, you know, we want to make sure that those two guys both stay involved in the game plan.
Keeping them both involved, what is the biggest challenge then of running a two-quarterback system?
It's just making sure that they both are good with it, that you communicate with them, that they understand going into the game, that you have a game plan, that, you know, not based on their performance and how things are going, that we're going to make sure that we give both guys the opportunity so that, you know, they can handle it well and they can learn to work together for what's best for this team.
Former coach Jim Tressel resigned over the summer, now signed to be a consultant with the Colts. What is your relationship with him like now?
You know, I haven't had a whole lot of talk with him. I know he wishes us the best, and we've just tried to make sure that we stay focused on the things that we have here, the things that we can control, and continue to keep our sights on moving forward.
What's the best advice you got from him in the years that you guys worked together?
Well, I mean, I think, you know, just as everything's kind of fallen out, just make sure that you be yourself. You know, you got to do it your way. These guys know you. This coaching staff knows you. This team knows you. So don't try and be somebody you're not, and make sure that you know, focus on moving forward and do it your way.
Tell us, what would you say is the biggest difference then between Tressel's coaching style and your own?
I wear my emotions a little bit more on my sleeve than coach, and you know, that's just who I am. That's maybe a little bit more of my background, but you know, we're very similar in a lot of ways, but you know, we're different in some too. So you know, I'm going to continue to be myself, and my emotions are probably going to be worn on my sleeve a little bit more throughout the week. Not as much on Saturday, but that's just who I am.
We know that right now it's all about football, but for those outside of Columbus maybe that aren't very familiar with you, what is your favorite thing to do when you're not coaching football?
I was probably playing with my kids and my wife. You know, you don't get a whole lot of time since this situation, you know, since I've been elevated and put into a head coaching position. So haven't had a whole lot of those that time to relax and to do those things I like to do, but it's just hanging out with the family, being around your friends. That's a great thing that I've developed here in 9 years of coaching here and 5 years of going to school here and growing up here. I got a lot of good friends and family around.
It wasn't the easiest off season for Ohio State, so now that you're months removed from all of that, what is the best thing that you've learned?
You know, it's just focusing on what you can control. You know, those are the things that you got to do. There's a lot of things that go on. Obviously, that's probably one of the biggest steps as being a head coach, is making sure that you've got, you know, you've got your priorities set and understanding that, you know, what you can focus on. Try to save your energy for the things that you can control, and you know, those things that you have no control over, that you just got to make sure that you can continue to move on and not waste a whole lot of energy of yourself as well as your team.
Your Buckeyes got off to a very big win in week 1. Luke, we wish you the best this weekend against Toledo.
I appreciate it. Thank you, guys.